My name's Andrew. My role is eDiscovery Lead APAC at Allen & Overy, which is a global law firm. We use mostly unstructured data, so chat messages, emails, Microsoft Office documents, PDFs. Our role in eDiscovery is to help legal teams manage the data that they're receiving from clients, to understand what they've received, and then to locate the relevant documents within that data set. And a data set might be anything from 1,000 documents all the way up to multiple millions of documents. We use a cloud-based eDiscovery platform called Relativity One. It includes a number of data analysis tools within that. One of those tools is a conceptual analytics index. It looks at the patterns of words occurring in documents using an algorithm called latent semantic indexing to group together documents that have similar content. We use this, for example, when we receive a large number of documents that are unfiltered, the client's just given us the documents without any filtering. We run clustering over that using the conceptual analytics index, and that allows us to have buckets or clusters of documents. Those buckets or clusters we can then look at briefly and say, does this look like it contains relevant material? Yes, let's prioritize review of that material. Does it look like it doesn't contain relevant material? Does it contain travel receipts, online shopping receipts? Then we can push that to the side and not worry about reviewing. Recently, we worked on a project that was different in that we weren't looking at Word, PowerPoint, email type documents. Instead, we had to help a client to understand whether paragraphs within legislation imposed an obligation on them. Instead of just getting the lawyers to look through every piece of legislation, read the paragraph and decide whether it was an obligation or not, we used a third party to extract those paragraphs into chunks of text. Then we loaded that text into Relativity and ran a machine learning review process over those documents. Using the continuously building machine learning model, we were able to exclude over 50% of those paragraphs from having to be reviewed, obviously saving the client significant time and money in the process. So it was interesting and unusual and allowed me to do something, taking the knowledge we had in this area and apply it to a slightly different process. Fortunately, I haven't seen too many projects go badly. It's more been projects going a little bit off the rails. Most of the time that happens because you're not keeping an eye on the project. You're not QCing it properly. For example, you might have reviewing thousands of documents and you might have multiple reviewers looking at those and making decisions as to whether a document is relevant or not. If two reviewers are making different decisions about similar documents because they're sort of those marginally relevant material, then that's going to confuse the model. So if you keep an eye on things, you QC the process and you manage that review, you've got a much better chance of it staying on the rails and producing good results. To stay on top of knowledge, I'll read articles. I will keep up with industry press, particularly about new releases or new platforms or technology that's being released. And if there's something that's particularly exciting or the current thing, then I'll try and read some deeper articles, find some content that allows me to understand, at least to my level of knowledge, what that tool is doing and how it might be able to be used in my industry.